Hey guys, it's Sam from Aperilife, and I am here in Florence, Italy. I'm back in Italy. It's hot as all heck. I've been making videos, I just haven't had the opportunity to edit them. So today's video will just be uploaded as is. For those of you wondering, I arrived into Italy on Thursday, a day later than I originally scheduled. I was originally scheduled to get here, and that is due to some delays with the airlines. Not just delays, cancellation that I had in Dublin. That's a whole nother story that we are not going to talk about right now because it was a hot mess. But I did finally make it this weekend. I had my two barbecues, which turned out really great. Please follow me on my Instagram, Aperilife, Aperilife, in order to see some of the pictures from the barbecue. And um, and yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. Yesterday was my first official day off. I feel like it was where like I could do whatever I wanted and that was a lot of nothing. Believe it or not, it was a whole lot of nothing. I laid around in my house in a dark room with a fan blowing. I drank Prosecco. I had a lunch that I love. We went to the pool. We had a pizza. It was just a wonderful day of me doing what Sam wanted to do. So today I am all dressed up. I've got makeup and stuff on because I am doing my Amazon storefront reviews. I am getting that done. And that's why I have this beautiful pink shirt on, which is part of a three pack of bodysuits, which are fantastic. I absolutely love them. I bought three of these three set shirt thingamajiggers. And I wanted to do a review for it because I absolutely love it. And I've gotten them in different colors. This color is nice and fun. I did my makeup. I tried to do it early enough to beat the heat. It is hot as all heck here in Florence. Right now it is 12:25 and it is 89 degrees. The high today, oh, sorry, it's 90 degrees. The high today is going to be 98. The low is going to be 69. And that will be at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., right before it cranks back up. So it's going to be hot as heck this evening. And I got a fan back here. We've got fans in most of our rooms, all of our rooms, because of the heat. So speaking of the heat, speaking of Italy, speaking of travel, I wanted to make this video to give you all some advice on what you can expect in Italy this summer and things that you should do to actually have a great time here. There is so much to do, and Italy in the summer is a great time, is a great place to be. But I guess we can all agree that tourism, tons of people, crowds, and the heat does not equal anything nice. And just to like not even just for the perspective of the country and of you being here, also for your health, I'm going to give you guys some really great tips on what you can do to enjoy yourself here in Italy. And I'm hoping this video will be short, like I say with all my videos. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please support me. I am trying my best to make these videos so that you all can enjoy your time in Italy no matter what you're here for. So give your girl a little bit of support. It's much appreciated. So let's get into the video, right? We're not gonna edit this. So we're gonna pretend like there's some cuts and some transitions in there. So first things first, is on your flight, you are going to sleep. Flights going to Europe typically leave like early afternoon from the US going to Europe. And that's because there is a 6 hour to 9 hour time change. So there's a certain amount of time that customs and immigrations in Europe wants people from specific places to arrive. They don't want a whole bombarded like random countries arriving all at once. Everyone has their time slot. Coming from the US, you're typically going to arrive into Europe in the early morning and or in the later morning time. So I know the latest flight that I can think of right now from New York is Emirates. They have a 10 p.m. flight from JFK to Milan. But most other airlines, they end up leaving kind of like 7, 8 o'clock at night. Maybe you might leave at like 9, maybe. But specifically coming to Italy, you're going to arrive between 7 and 10 a.m., typically local time. So what you need to do on that flight is you need to act as if you're already in Europe and you need to sleep. You've got air conditioning on the plane. You've got your food. You've got drink. Eat your food. Have your drink. Watch a movie. So watch a single movie. I'm not saying to sleep the entire flight. Watch a movie and then go to sleep. How are you going to go to sleep? I don't know. Take a melatonin, take a NyQuil, take a ZQuil, take a Benadryl, whatever you need to do to make sure that it works for you. You need to do that because when you get to Europe, you will be expected to be just as awake as everyone who is in Europe. And you're going to be tired. So you want to be well rested. So even if that's telling your family, it's night time, just like you would do with a little kid, it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and they're wanting to go to sleep. You need to stress to your family that it is important that they sleep when Europeans sleep. Next thing is that once you clear customs and immigration and you get to your hotel, I know you guys want to hit the ground running and go out and explore things right away. That's wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I guess as to preface this beforehand is you need to not overpack your schedule. And I guess that's something you need to do before you actually start the planning or when you are in the middle of planning your European, your Italy trip, to not overpack your schedule. Do not do 7 different cities in 7 different days. That's absolutely nuts. And it is not recommended by anyone who has traveled throughout Europe. It is not recommended. It's exhausting. Checking into hotels, getting rental cars, doing all that, mind you, with hundreds of other people, it will be exhausting. Anyway, so as I was saying, when you get to your hotel, you are going to make sure that you check in, everything's good, and you, instead of hitting the ground running and going and seeing a bunch of stuff, you're going to have yourself a nice, relaxing meal, and you're going to plan what you're going to do that evening. That evening is going to be a great evening. Just consider the first day in Italy just like a chill day. It's not a museum day. It's not a this day. It's a chill day. If you want to do like maybe an evening tour or something like that, that's great. But you're still going to relatively be exhausted even with the nap beforehand. I suggest that everyone gives themselves a decent amount of time to enjoy Rome, to enjoy Florence. In my opinion, you don't need a lot of time to enjoy Milan, but Venice, you need a lot of time just because it's exhausting with all the walking and all the hills and all the this and that and that. There aren't any cars on the little island of Venice or whatnot. So you've got a plan. So you're going to go and you're going to have a planned day of how you feel at that moment. How do you feel at that moment? Most people will schedule certain things like Airbnb experiences the day of or the day before. If you're feeling tired, book an experience. Still do something in Italy that is fun and Italian-like, but you don't have to rush it. You do not have to rush it. So maybe that evening you guys can do a pasta making class, or you can do a wine tasting. Take it easy, right? Because if you start out with chaos, the rest of your trip is going to be chaotic. If you are tired in the beginning and you're forcing yourself to do things, you're going to continue to be tired. So you're going to plan your stuff, right? You're going to go out that evening, have a nice dinner. You can get your Trevi Fountain evening pictures. You can get your Ponte Vecchio evening pictures, all of that stuff. That night, you go back to the hotel during normal times, like when Italians will do it. You're going to sleep. The next morning, you're going to wake up early, hit the ground running, and that's where you're going to do your Vatican, your Pantheon, your Duomos. That's where you're going to do your gondola rides, because it's hot as hell here, guys. It's hot. And I kid you not, by the time you wake up, if you're waking up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, starting your day, it's going to basically be 80, almost 90 degrees. And then once the sun comes out, it's going to be even hotter. And then when you add in crowds, it's going to be even hotter. And when you add in, waiting in line and the pushing and the this, it's going to be even hotter. Not to mention the fact that there has been an uptick in pickpockets in Italy. So you want to make sure that you are planning accordingly the safest time to go out and the most practical time to go out, depending on the crowd that you have with you. Especially if you're traveling with children, older people, all that stuff, people with bad knees, you got a bad knee, she got a bad back, he's out of shape, the baby, wants the iPad. If you have all of that, you need to be a practical traveler, guys. You need to be realistic. The baby doesn't care that you're at the Coliseum. Grandma's knees don't care that you are, on something that is 1,000 years old or whatever. No one cares. And not only that, when you have all of the crowds that are there and that are everyone's just as tired, people are going to be much more frustrated, much more pushy. They're going to have their, the buttons are going to be pushed that they don't want pushed. Their frustration is going to come that they don't. All the things are going to happen that you would not typically be in those situations in a different type of in a different world. Not to mention, most people in the US, if we think about it outside of like metropolitan cities, most people in the US are not really around groups of people on a regular basis. People usually are driving. If you're with groups of people, let's say maybe you're at a theme park or something like that, but most people with groups of people, you're in an air conditioned environment, theme parks or festival or something of that sort. But you tend to be in a controlled, cool environment. So you're at the mall. So you're at the mall or you're at a outlet or you're at a whatever and you're walking around. And yes, the baby's frustrated, but guess what? Imagine if the air condition went off at the mall. Add that to the baby's frustration. Add it to there's no seating. Add it to there's nowhere just to chill and relax in, or you have to go back to across town for your hotel to get things accomplished. Add it to you don't have a car. Most Americans will hop in their car and go from point A to point B, and they can like have a little time alone. Imagine that when that does not happen, the frustrations in how everything just becomes that much more unpleasurable, should I say. So add all of those things in. Then another like little small tips that I would add, because once again I don't want this to be long. So we're going sleep on the plane, take it easy, don't over plan. You're going to do things early in the morning to start. Sorry, that's where we left off, right? Do your tours on early in the morning, have your lunch, go back to your hotel, have a little rest. Even if you're sitting, you're just everyone showers and just refreshes, takes a little nap. You might say that you're wasting the day. Trust me, you don't want to be out here. There is nothing going on, right? People are just aimlessly wandering around. There is nothing. There is nothing that you're seeing. There's nothing that you're missing. It's just heat. You don't want to do that. You're going to go back to your hotel. You're going to relax. Even if you guys go down to the hotel bar and have a little cocktail, or you can go to the supermarket and get you guys something that you can eat in the room and relax. You have your restaurant lunch, and then you go back to the room. You make sure you get yourself some cherries. You get yourself some sliced watermelon. You get yourself some prosciutto. You get all the little things. You can sit around, snack, take a little siesta. Then at night, and at night, I mean, not when the sun goes down. I mean around 6:37, when the sun has kind of like, put itself in a little corner, a little nook. There's still light outside. Then you hit again. Then you go out and you get your bad pictures in front of the Duomo at a different lighting, because you still can do some of the picturing before you take your midday siesta. That's what we all do. You can still do that, but mind you, you're going to have a lot of people. No matter what you do, you're going to have a lot of people. So you have your opportunities in the morning, you sleep, you rest, and then you have your opportunities at night. If you are out all day, you will be tired and you will not be able to enjoy the evening. And in the evening, it's fantastic to be in Italy. You walk around, you've got people playing instruments, you got people drawing on the sidewalk with chalk, you've got tons of places for an aperitivo. You can do an aperitivo tour, which there are tons of experiences. And it's not just on Airbnb. There are people who host these experiences. You can find them on Instagram. You can also tell them Sam sent you. If you message me and you tell them Sam sent you, they might take good care of you. But there are tons of things you can do during the evening time that will allow you to experience Italy. And like literally, and you will miss nothing. You will miss absolutely nothing. So you go out, you do your evening tour, you do your walk around, you do your ride on the golf cart, you do an aperitivo, you do a nice dinner, you get you a Fiorentina steak cooked medium rare, nice and juicy on the inside. The only thing you're going to add to the outside is kosher salt. What are you going to have as your side? You're going to get some potatoes. You're going to maybe get some beautiful greenery type of thing. Maybe some spinach, sauteed spinach. Just delicious. You're going to enjoy that. Then you're going to walk around, walk it off. And then after that, you're going to go get yourself some gelato. And you're going to relax. You're going to take it easy. You're maybe going to go have an evening digestive, an aperitivo to relax during the evening. All of the things. You will enjoy Italy just the same. What is Italy known for? They're known for the monuments. You're going to enjoy the monuments during the day. They're known for their food. You're going to enjoy the food during the day, and you're also going to enjoy it during the evening. And you're not going to stretch yourself out. You're not going to be exhausted. You're not going to pass out. People passing out is very common this time of the year. Also, people climbing the Duomos and stuff this time of the year. We've had multiple people like actually perish trying to attempt to do these things. Please know your body limitation. If you have not been exercising and doing the thing in the States, do not come here and make it seem as if you're going to be able to do the thing. That's not how it goes, guys. That doesn't mean that you can now do the thing just because you're in a different country. You got the same body. You have the same stamina. Come on, guys. We got to be responsible. So those are actually, I said I was going to give you like some small, like maybe little tips towards the end, right? So if you're booking on the train and or the plane and or rental car, please make sure there aren't any strikes. Strike in Italian is sciopero, and that is the word for strikes, which happens all the time. We have taxi cab strikes. We have train strikes. We have air traffic control strikes. We have airline employee strikes. Please make sure there is not a strike when you are visiting this part of the world. If there is a strike, please book an alternative. The other day, I was planning on booking on the train, and then I saw there was going to be a strike, so I bought myself a flight. What is the best way to get your refund in or a credit in these type of situations? You book directly from the actual train company, from Italo, from Trenitalia. If you are having an issue and you book from a third party country, a company, and or you need to change your tickets, you're going to have a lot of issues if you've booked third party. So go directly there. Don't book a flight on an airline through Expedia. Go directly to Delta. Go directly to ITA. Go directly to EasyJet. Which I don't think they're even on those sites. Or Ryanair or KLM or Air France. Book directly from their sites. It will change your entire experience, guys. So that is my final tip of this whole video. I hope you all like this. I hope that it's helpful. I hope you're able to come to Italy and enjoy. Right now, I'm getting ready to close up some windows around the villa because it's hot as all hell and the air that is blowing is hot. The air is hot, guys. It's not like you have a cool breeze. And we live outside of the center, so we do have Florence is kind of like, kind of reminds me a little bit of New Orleans, how it's kind of like in a bowl type of situation. It has, and they say what New Orleans is below sea level. I don't know if we're below sea level, but we have hills surrounding us, surrounding Florence. So they don't get the wind. The hills block the wind. So we are on a hill. So we are able to get the wind. And I'm telling you guys, the wind is hot. And a lot of places do not have air conditioning, which a lot of Americans are not used to not having air conditioning. There are also, oh, this is another thing that maybe I'll leave it for another video. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you like this video. I'm going to upload this right now to my YouTube, and I am going to actually close my windows. Here's my computer. I'm going to go ahead and set that up. I'm going to close my windows, and I'm going to prepare the table for lunch, which is a whole nother thing. There isn't just a sit down and we just eat. There's a whole table preparation, even if it's just two of us. So anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any tips, constructive criticism, please leave it down below. I will see you all in the next video, and I hope this was helpful. Ciao, ciao.